Hello and welcome to a scene for Raid Across New York and the Mage venue. Today, Alicia, Donald and Jericho are gathered at the Verbena Chantry to attempt to summon Black Unicorn in order to hopefully get a bit more umbral and spiritual protection of the Chantry and its resident node.
Jericho, for his part, is outside the chantry, still on the grounds, just right in front of the back porch. And what he has in his hands, he seems to have one of those line painters that you see on football fields in stadiums. And he seems to be pushing this line with all the chalk falling down, and he's making this rather huge, at least baseball diamond-sized circle. And he's taking a long time. This is like at least an hour's work as he goes ahead and after detailing the circle, he goes ahead and details the smaller circles, goes ahead and arranges it in a twisting pattern and maze-like labyrinthian designs, all the way leading up to the very, very center of this particular circle, at which point holds a stool. And on that stool, propped up by its spine, is a book of Arthurian legend. First edition. Very, very precious. This is in the material world.
Alicia, for her part, will have cleansed the area and each of the people involved and picked a big basket of apples and will generally have done what she can to try and make the circle more comfortable.
It doesn't matter how comfortable you make it. Jericho is in constant movement and action since he first arrived. He didn't even give Alicia 1 second glance as she simply said, "Okay, we're doing it now." And right now he seems to have a journal in his hand. He's going through his notes, actually. Okay. So I found this particular spirit that I believe, and I'm fairly certain, should be good for you people. Do you know anything about what did I call it? The timbrous horned creature.
Unicorns? Or no, what's a timbrous?
Dark.
Rhinos?
Dark.
Oh,
Black.
dark. Okay. Do you mean like black unicorn or black rhinos or black cow? I don't know.
From the pictures and description, it seems more Esquarian in nature, horse-like.
So yes, about the unicorn.
Okay. Apparently, we're summoning that now.
Well, I don't know. You're the one who said, "Do I know anything about a dark horned thing?" And I'm like, "Well, what kind of horned thing?"
Okay. Well, you need to just calm down. Like I said, I could summon this damn thing. I mean, I began this entire conversation like weeks ago saying that I could summon this damn thing, but I can't pay the timidage for that thing. I can't write checks that I can't cash in. All right, you, Alicia.
Yep.
You, come here.
Yes.
All right, you two are the only people here, so the cost of the chimneys is going to be placed on you two. Basically, the spirit demands that any that summon it and which its assistants are required to, and he thumbs through a few notes, to assist those who are weaker than they or who are unfairly scorned. You need to do that. And it can't be something that the victim can do itself. It has to be helpless and unable to defend itself, or it has been tasked with very, very difficult trials that it can't achieve on its own. Or the spirit could simply request that you aid it to defeat some sort of big, bad evil, and that's definitely something that you two would have to do. I can do this. I can summon this spirit, and I can summon it with all due respect and reverence, but after that, it's up to you two. I will simply step back and let the conversation take place as it will. This particular spirit has the ability to correspond you far, far away in a different realm entirely. I mean, if you approach the spirit with disrespect, it may feel like it must put you through its own trial. It might put you into what they call it, the battleground, or the realm of honor and duels and legends, in order to pit you against itself or a likewise foe, just to see if you can actually back up your disrespect with actual arms.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I don't plan on being disrespectful, but yeah.
Now, this thing apparently resides in several different realms. Jericho goes ahead and taps the Book of Arthurian Legends. Tip, tap, tap. It says that it sometimes frequents a realm of honors and duels, and its material correspondences are mostly symbols of chivalry and a just war, and Sir Arthur is the only thing that came to mind when I was in that library. Gotta make that up to date somehow. Okay. One thing you can't do. Can never attack unjustly. That's one of its bans. That's one of its taboos. You have to fight for a just cause, and you have to defend defenseless. And you can never fight for yourself. Every fight that you have has to be not personal. You cannot go into a fight for a personal reason. You always got to act with a certain decorum of honor. Sound good?
What? Always, or just always when you're working with the spirit. We should probably discuss that with it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just giving you what I've got at the moment.
I was going to say, we already have a totem.
Yeah. But that's okay, because this is just giving us an idea of the kind of things that he usually asks for. And then we know. And then we'll see what he actually does ask for.
Okay. Jericho goes ahead and takes a blade of grass from the lawn, goes ahead and holds it up, looks how the wind is currently blowing, notices it's quite overcast and chill, so he bundles up a little bit more, as he simply says, "All right, people, stand on the southern and northern quadrants of the circle, and I'll begin."
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything we can do to help, or?
If I fuck up, I might summon something that I do not want to summon, and I might bring in things that I cannot put down. In fact, this whole thing, this tenebrous horn Esquarian figure, I cannot put down. I can summon it, but I cannot put it down.
Oh, we shouldn't need to as long as you summon the right one. But yes.
Alright. Jericho is going to go ahead and, as soon as those two Garu are where he has gone ahead and appointed them, he goes ahead, stands in front of the Book of Arthurian Legends, and goes ahead and extend his arms, actually. He extends his arms, and I'll go through these rolls myself. Extend his arms, he's putting a bit of the primal element into this first set of rolls, which is to simply lower the gauntlet, makes the next few rolls a little bit easier. Alright. I didn't need to spend the quint, but there you go. I'm going to go ahead and put 2 of those into duration and 1 of them into effect to lower the gauntlet in this particular area of the scene. Afterwards, he feels that the walls between reality are a little bit weaker, making these next few rolls a little bit stronger. He's gone ahead and he has the component right there. He has this huge summoning circle. He's spent a lot of time on this, and he has the component right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and knock 2 off the difficulty right there, plus spend another point of quint. I'm down 2 quint. I got 1 left. And I will proceed to go ahead and summon this. I assume there are a lot of successes involved, so Alicia and Donald will hear Jericho speaking in Ogma. And what he's saying in both English and Ogma is, Great Spirit, Dark Spirit, Squarian Spirit, Black Unicorn, I call you from the trunk of the World Tree. I call you from the trunk of the World Tree. I reach up into the branches of reality and I call you. I call you now for your assistance. I call you now because I wish to speak. I call you now because I am in desperate need. Please hear my cries. And we're going to roll. 2 successes there. Continuing on. Each one of these rolls is about 5 minutes of Jericho's repeating the same prayer over and over and over again. Come on. No successes there. Not a botch, but no successes. Jericho's going to go ahead and after the 10-minute mark, he's really sweating now. He's going to put a point into will. He's going to spend a point of willpower to continue this chanting again, try to get an automatic success, and after this he's going to start making stamina rolls to keep up. 1, 2, so that's 5 successes in all. Going to make a stamina roll to see if I can continue this chanting.
Max, how many successes do we need?
Okay, I'm good. I'm good for at least 3 more rolls, 15 more minutes, and Max doesn't get to answer that question. Jericho goes ahead and continues chanting until he feels like it's there. Now, Max may go ahead and interject at any one point to describe what is currently happening, and at any point, Alicia can go ahead and call Jericho off. But Jericho's still going on.
Okay.
So with 5 successes, continuing on. 6 successes. Jericho really can't do this. He really can't do this anymore. He really, really can't do this. He's going to spend 1 more point of will, make 1 more roll, and that's it for him. 1, 2. Yeah, does a 4 count as a success? Nah. So overall, you have 5, 1, 2, 3, 8 successes. 8 successes to try to summon this damn thing. As you notice that Jericho's legs are going to go ahead and buckle now.
And as soon as Jericho's legs buckle down, you start to feel the ground beneath you quake. You start to see the snow around you melt. You start to hear the sky rumbling. The book in front of you the pages flip open and start to turn rapidly, as almost in a lightning flash, in a blazing fire, the majesty that is Black Unicorn appears before you. Its front hooves rising up into the air, almost punching the air itself, gouts of flame coming out of its nose, and just the full-on majesty of this creature is great indeed. As it lands on its front hooves again and looks at Jericho straight in the eye, "You called. I am here."
I call for you to speak to those in front of me and behind me. And he bows his head.
"Then speak. You shall."
Alicia's going to make her way over to Jericho and give him a bit of a pat on the shoulder before she turns to Unicorn. "Thank you for coming. We could really use your help."
"Explain."
This area is it is a sacred place and a place of power, and it needs protection. But if we were to install a cairn totem to protect it, then it would become a sept in its own right, and the people who live here and the balance between the people in this city would be damaged, because it is a place of importance to the mages as well as to the Garou.
"You would choose this choice over the Gaian cause?"
No. But over pain, I would choose peace.
"I see." "So in order to maintain the peace, for just relations, you would ignore, or rather, not live up to your own people, to Gaia's chosen, to not take this as a bastion from which our glorious fight could continue, a great defense of this earth. You would choose for peace."
If I may interject, as I understand it, this mage has taken care of this node and treated it with respect. But even if he had done so, the Garou of the city, if this were to become a sept, would unjustly force him from his home in the
Donald will see Jericho go ahead and shoot out just one hand under him and sort of shake it in this direction. No.
Garu Nation can use this place, but in order to take it, they would have to prey upon those weaker than themselves, force those who are less respected within our people from their homes, from their places, which are sacred to us both.
Weaker, you say? As he turns towards Jericho. His men and women are not weak. They have great abilities, some far more potent. These men and women are not weak.
Perhaps not, but they are not warriors in the same way that our people are. And surely, whoever is driven from their homes is weaker than the force which is coming in, or they would not be driven from their homes. And the blood would be shed on both sides, all the more so if, as you say, they are stronger than I perhaps thought.
His men and women, I have seen great things of them over centuries, as I have seen dark things. The drainage of Gaia's blood, the surrendering to the Malthian Incarna themselves. Why do you seem so adamant about keeping this peace?
Because I feel that it is the right thing. Rightly or wrongly, I believe it to be the right thing to do. To work together so that all of us can focus on the enemies of Gaia rather than those who simply do not understand her.
And what makes you think these men and women will fight against the enemies of Gaia? I sense one in this city that is trying, no, is destroying her.
That's part of why I want this to be a place of Garu and mages. So we can keep an eye on the mages who come here, and the mages can keep an eye on each other, and we can focus on getting rid of those who do behave in such a way. I would like to hear more of this individual that is a threat to Gaia, and maybe a threat to his fellow mages.
You who are distracted, you want to hear more of this individual, yes, yet in our realms of the Umbra, the storm is still brewing. We sense it. we combat it. And what has the Sept of New York State done? We see no results.
Oh, Great Spirit, if I could interject.
He turns towards Jericho.
This dark man who has appeared in this city, he is indeed a great threat to Gaia and the well springs of her gifts and blessings. He does seek them constantly. This place he would gladly eat and devour. At this time, Great Spirit, we wish, we beg, we plead for protection of this place of power, this place where Gaia's blessing well up and spring up, so that we may refocus our efforts again to the great storm that brews.
You would then lead your assistants to to combat the great storm.
In whatever capacity that I may, Great Spirit, I will gladly assist this Garu here.
It exhales through its nose, and you can see small gouts of flame, of blue flame coming from it. Not enough to burn you, but it's definitely a warm feeling. Your words, they sound just. You do not wish this place to become a bastion of Garou, a sept, with me as its totem, but rather as a guardian, and keep it open to both parties.
Perhaps
Is
in time.
this your request?
It is. Perhaps in time we will find a way for it to become a bastion of the Garu nation, which is still welcoming to the mages, but for the time being, that does not seem an option. So yes, we humbly ask for your guardianship and stewardship of this place.
It seems to look at all three of you. Your words. I am interested. Very much so. I have seen his men and women perform great feats which could help in the Gaian war against the worm. How long would I defend this place if I choose to accept?
Great Spirit, I would interject and offer a proposal of a year and a day with negotiations to be made halfway through the term of service to make sure that each party is still upholding their end of the contract.
Then both parties, the Garou and your men and women, not just you, your men and women, will agree to this.
I cannot speak for all of the men and women. I can only speak for the very few that would house themselves in this chantry. And even then, I still must ask what they would prefer.
Why are they not here, then?
Because they do not value this chantry as it ought to be valued. Because they do not realize the certain threat and danger it is to leave such a place out in the open, uncovered and unprotected. If you wish...
Do not realize, your men and women, the importance of such a place. Why should such an agreement be made? Why should not the Garou just take it?
To that I hold no defense. To that I would request 5 minutes of your time as I get in contact with one of the men and women that reside in this chantry, that he may speak for his part, and I can relay his message to you.
Very well.
As Jericho is going to go ahead and bust open his cell phone and try to contact one of the mages that reside in the Verbena Chantry. This being Flavio. Or Connor, I should say.
Oh no! Oh no!
Hey, that's rude.
Jericho is currently under the scrutiny of Black Unicorn's hot breath. Flavio, you're getting a call from Jericho.
Alright.
It's basically asking you, where are you right now?
What time of day is it?
It's an afternoon on a Sunday.
At the chantry in my room.
You get a call, because outside, you know that storm that was brewing that you were sort of ignoring for a little bit, that natural one? Yeah, it sort of blew up. There's actually thunder and lightning going on as you notice that Jericho is calling you, and I would assume that you have your cell phone like on a window ledge, so that when you turn to look at it, you're noticing that Jericho is outside in the middle of this humongous summoning circle, and there's this unicorn on fire.
Okay, so he didn't. If you're saying that it's afternoon, he'd be at his computer doing stuff, and then he notices his cell phone ringing, and he puts down the headphones and says, "Yo."
Look outside your window.
Alright. And he goes outside to look outside the window.
You notice this scene that was described to you, the thunder clouds, the rain clouds, the huge summoning circle, Jericho inside, in the middle of it, this huge flaming black unicorn with fire gusting out of its nostrils, off its mane. You notice Alicia and another person there as well. They all seem to be conversing with this, which you could only assume to be awesome spirit. As Jericho is piping up to you, we need you to sign a contract.
I'll be right outside. I need to put something on. I'm not decent for a guest. And he closes up the phone and starts putting some more clothes until he dons almost an Eskimo-like look. Kind of look that you'd be trotting off to the North Pole when he comes outside. Okay, I'm here. What's this about?
Jericho is going to go ahead, and he's still bowing at this moment on his knees. He'll go ahead and grab your shoulder and force you to your knees and simply say, O'Hare, we are currently in negotiations and signing a contract with a greater spirit in order to offer protection to this place of power. Great Spirit, I have the one other here who may speak for himself who resides in this place.
Hello, Great Spirit of... And he whispers, what type?
Be respectful.
Hello, Great Spirit. I'm here. I don't know.
We are here, young man,
Yes.
to speak of the protections of this place. We are here to guard it, to safekeep it, to steward it. Yet I hear troubling news. The residents of this place are lacking in these areas. What say you?
For these past months, I have started to slowly build my power so that I may be more able to actually defend this place of power and to safeguard it.
And what progress have you made in protections? You say you have built up your power, your force. Where is it? Where in this place are your protections?
Really putting Connor on the spot here, I realize.
Yep.
Really putting him on the spot.
Yep.
He points to the tree that, depending on their direction, should be behind him. It should be very close to the great mansion.
Is this one of the? Is this the tree that I introduced you to?
No, this is its child. Essentially, what sprung from the.
You do realise that's still going to be a baby sapling. It's not even going to be like the height of your hand yet.
Out of character, the other ST kind of pointed out to me that it has been growing a lot more than a normal one. So
Okay. In that case, it's probably about person height.
yeah, it should be somewhere or either as big as me or as big as Max, depending on.
Okay.
So
A tree is your protection.
it is a work in progress. I am building it to be a great guardian.
There must be more.
I am but a humble student of the arts. I have just recently begun my study.
Then what of your masters, your teachers, your guiders?
They are away on an umbral spiritual quest to. And he thinks for his next words, because they didn't actually say where they were leaving.
They went to Florida.
Yes.
Jericho's just going to go ahead and say this. Jericho's just going to go ahead and say this out loud. They went to Florida.
You see Black Unicorn rise up, and its hoofs, when it touch the ground shakes as if an earthquake is happening. There is fire coming out of its silver mane. Is there no one here, then, who guards this place of worship?
We do. My pack. We make our best efforts, but we do not feel that they are enough, which is why we have come seeking your assistance.
Yes, there is not enough.
There is also there are also 3 awakened spirits of older, significantly older trees that are seeking to maintain the perimeters. They were awoken by the Right Master from the Sept of the Green.
Tree spirits. 3 tree spirits. Whilst of great age and power are not enough to guard this place. And though a pack of yours may reside here, the magnitude that is currently going on in the Umbra is not enough. You cannot possibly hold it. Why have you been so lacking in your defenses?
This is why we seek your help.
Not only your help, but perhaps your guidance.
I guide those in the arts of war and defense. Yes, man.
Great Spirit, if I may speak again, I believe that the importance of this place of power is more important than any one man's claim to it. We must make sure to safeguard it away from the powers that would swallow it whole. And so therefore, speaking for myself, I make no claims to this place of power. And Connor here, Mr. O'Hare, I'm sorry. If you can't support your own claim to this place, then I don't think a claim will be honored.
He looks quizzically to you. What's a claim?
You're gonna get kicked out of your apartment, dude.
Shit. Alright.
Unless we can negotiate, turning back to the spirit, some sort of contract here, something that would perhaps put more debt and levy on the mages that reside here, I feel that our claim is insubstantial.
It most certainly is.
Even though our claim may be insubstantial, I still seek, beg, plead for you, Great Spirit, to at least support and assist the Garou that are here.
Your pronunciation is terrible.
Of course.
And then he turns to Alicia and Donald again. A place of gathering, you wish this to be. A place of mutual peace. If both parties of their men and women, and yours as well, agree to this. And if the residents of this place build up more defenses, for the ones they have now are pathetic. A year and a day, I will watch over this.
With the negotiations during the half period in order to ascertain the progress each side is making.
perhaps so that you can make any requirements you may have of us regarding the protections. We will do our utmost to meet as much of what you ask of us as possible. We want to protect this place.
And even if I am but a mere student in the arts, I really do wish that one day I will meet your standards, O Great Spirit.
You can meet these standards, young one, by practice. Not only that, put your arts to work.
What would you have me do?
I already told you. This place must be better protected. Are you daft?
No, my Great Spirit, I was merely looking for clarification as to your preferences. But since you are leaving it to my imagination, I will do so accordingly.
A year and a day. Half the term's discussion. Both parties agreed to this.
I agree.
Thank you. We
It
will
sounds
do our best to make this place much more secure than it currently is.
you are most generous, even when we bring you such a large task, Great Spirit.
This place is still the lifeblood of Gaia. I sense great malice within these realms. To ignore this would be a foolish decision. I will watch over this. And I will see what you all do with this place. And with that, the great, majestic black unicorn will raise its front hoofs once again, make the loud murr sound that horses tend to make, which I can't possibly copy, and it will flame up, beginning with its manes and its tail and its hoofs, then its horn, then its entire body, and just be this giant blaze of glory. And a sudden light flash, and it's gone. Jericho, what you notice is that your summoning circle has transformed. It has changed. It has become part of the ground, and it has been changed into the form of a unicorn.
Ooh. Okay. Gathering the ashes of the Arthurian book, putting it into a
It's
bag.
not actually ashes. It's still there.
Okay, if it's still there,
Okay, now,
Pick up the book.
explanation.
put it into my bag.
What happened?
Connor O'Hare, you have just signed to yourself a contract with a greater spirit. You have about 6 months in order to fulfill your part of the bargain, and I am walking away.
Okay, since Jericho is as
Just call it like it is, a jackass.
okay. Anyone else want to explain to me what the hell happened? 'Cause-
Well, you know
Donald is
how
just
there's, you know how there's a you guys call it a node in the bar.
Yeah.
Well, there's not really a great deal of protection on the umbral plane. People can just kind of walk in.
Uh-huh.
So it needed protecting, and we thought the best person for that, the best spirit for that, would probably be Black Unicorn, because unicorns are kind of spirits to do with peace and purity of intentions, and Black Unicorn is kind of the more martial side of that, and he's related to protection and fighting for the right thing and for protecting the people who are weaker than you. So he will be helping to protect the Chantry.
He thinks a bit. Is this related to what Aaron kept on referring to as totem?
Yes and no. Now, the obvious thing to do would be to put in a totem. A totem is a spirit that is strongly connected to the place and the people of the place in a particular kind of way. The problem is, if we had a totem, then that would make it a Garu place rather than a mage place. And a whole bunch of them would show up and take it over and kick you guys out, and probably kick us out as well, because they'd want to run things slightly differently, and they sure as hell wouldn't let me be in charge. So,
Alicia, if we establish the Cairn, wouldn't it technically be ours?
for all of the 10 seconds that we could hold it, yes.
But wait a minute, it's not exactly like we broadcast that this had become a Cairn.
No. But even so, that's kind of asking for a bloodbath sooner or later. So,
This is
what
true,
we ask
but
instead is for Black Unicorn to be a guardian spirit rather than a cairn totem. So he should help us guard the place, and hopefully, obviously, we're going to be improving defenses all around, but he's kind of not step one, because step one was awakening the trees, but he's major step two of making this place more defended.
Alright. Donald is going to look around and see, does this place have walls?
It has a lot of trees. Lots and lots of trees.
I mean, there's a house and there's walls on the barn, but there's not like great big, high, tall walls on the boundaries. We're more trying to protect it on the umbral plane, I think, but we need to improve protections all around. But yes, maybe in a year and a day we'll have more kind of respect gathered up, and we might be able to actually make it into a cairn without someone coming in taking it over, and without us having to kick all the mages out. I don't know, but we do now have time and protection to work on, making it more secure.
Alright, so I'm like, it's not like in one of those video games where we put up something like a turret or a siege weapon. How do we secure it anyway? Because
I have an idea.
I'm all yours.
Alicia, you're good at growing things, right?
Yep.
It might not seem a lot, but could you make a hedge fence around this place?
it would take some time to grow, but it's definitely something we could put into place and work on.
Okay, I'll help Alicia as well. What
Especially
else?
if we made it brambles. Brambles would grow quite fast, and we could pick blackberries from them in the autumn. And maybe if, when they're a bit more established, we might be able to awaken a spirit of the brambles.
Okay, first off, I would need at least 3 months just to learn it, and that is if my training pays off. Then that's a big if the spirits even let me learn this particular ability. I
Yeah,
will do it myself if need be.
but it will probably take me a little bit less time.
Alright, so
But either way, we need to get the plants established first.
luckily for us, we just need to plant them on the this side, right?
Yes.
We don't have to pass into the umbral realms just to plant them. We just plant them physically.
Yeah.
Okay, with that I can help. What else?
Well,
And I can talk to their spirits to try and see about making the place better for them so that they're stronger and stuff.
Alright, we can both chime in on that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what else?
I'm going to have to see what elements might reside here and converse with them. But here's another thought. Most carnivorous plants are tropical, correct?
Yes, they are. And
Yeah,
you-
because of the lack of nutrients in the soil.
Alicia, one thing, you can actually find them in the barn. So,
Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your name, dude. I was talking to you for this long time and I just got roped into the conversation. Hi, Connor O'Hare, Dream Speaker student.
I am Donald Lee Weston. My parents, because of my propensity for programming, called me Program Weaver after I awakened.
Oh, my internet handle is Dark One.
Right.
Yeah, anyway, I do have an idea. If you do have an established, you said there was something in the barn. You mean you have carnivorous plants in the barn?
You would have seen these.
Yeah,
There's basically every kind of plant in the barn.
The barn has all types of plants so long as you find them. There is lush vegetation and it's kind of hard just to get through it to the place of power itself.
Yeah, that's where the node is, and it's very much plants everywhere. You would know that in character.
Okay. I don't know much about mage power. Is there a way we could affect the make them a bit hardier to the colder weather?
And he thinks hard.
There's a few ways, but I'm not sure how helpful they would be in this particular situation.
I'm thinking if we awaken them and also any type of abilities, they might be able to affect if they're awakened, would they be able to affect the physical world a bit better? Maybe almost act as a living bear trap?
If I do it, it will cause me physical harm.
Ah,
I still think that when it comes, the thing is, if you're going to plant tropical plants here, carnivorous plants, they're not they're not really aimed at larger things. So unless we're trying to keep mosquitoes out, probably the brambles will be better than, say, Venus flytraps.
Yes, and
I understand that. It's just also if we awaken these plants, they will. They might not be as powerful here, but maybe in the Umbral realm, they'll be able to keep out any undesirable spirits.
although technically, if I first off, I don't have the magic necessary to affect life itself yet. I've been struggling this for ever since I've awoken to the truth of the world. I cannot affect life. I don't know why. I don't know how. I cannot. I don't know. You know, maybe it's because of the way I've been awoken. Maybe it's because of the spirit that I don't know what it was used when I was awoken. Yeah, the guys that did that to me weren't. Let's say it like this. They spoke in a lot of riddles, and they kind of went on their journeys for a long period of time. So, I don't know. Seriously, I've been experimenting with my mage stuff on my own, so... And I'm keep on trying to figure out how to improve my spirit-related powers, just so that I can awake spirits and summon them at will. You know, it's hard, man. I'm doing this by myself, and I'm trying lots of things. There are instances where I just almost suffocate myself with diving into a bathtub, just to try to figure out another way of awakening magic. And believe me, nearly drowning yourself is not a pleasant way to try to awaken your power. It's not. So, anyway, let me think. If we can, is there any other way we can do this? Because, like, I don't know. Let's say if I put up some wards, would that help?
Might work.
Yeah.
If I study with...
Anything that we can do that will make it more secure will be a good thing, and then we can just add more and more things to help make everything better, and to keep out any bad people, and to try and encourage working together. Because let's face it, you can do some things that we can't, and we can do some things that you can't, and
okay, I would...
protections will help, and our protections will help, and it should generally be more protected.
Okay. And if we can make it more protected than either of us could do ourselves, I believe that will make the Black Unicorn Spirit very pleased.
I would need your help in doing this. Either of you, if you learn how to wake up a spirit and help me convince it to stay in a place to actually make the protections work, that would be a great help.
Do you mean like a fetish?
I don't know how
No.
to make them, but I'm thinking of you know how in video games there is something called a ward, and not
Oh.
with a wards, you know, kind of like places where you put a circle and you don't cross that line because it's a ward there.
He means
Okay.
a place where, you know where the brambles would be? Imagine if not only does it hurt you if you try and pass it, but also it almost seems you are physically unable to get through the bramble. Not
So,
only
like
because it hurts, but
in the
because you just
Umbral
can't get
realm,
through.
the brambles just are as thick. So, however far you get in, you're never going to get through. So, like, it will just go further and further and further, and then as soon as you take one step back, you're outside the brambles again. That would be cool. I'm not sure if we could do that, but that would be cool.
I would need your help on that because you would know faster than I would how to awaken spirits, and then we'd both have to talk to them. Then I would have to modify a bit their energy to actually be able to ward people out of getting into certain places. But then again, I would still need your help to wake them up and agree to what I will be doing.
Ooh.
So, lots to work on.
You actually change spirits?
I tell you what, shall I go and grab some shovels and we can talk about this while we're digging?
Okay, they're right there, and he takes 3 shovels and hands them to Alicia and Donald.
Did Jericho actually walk away, or did he just kind of
Yeah.
say,
Yeah, Jericho walked away.
okay.
Yeah, he definitely walked away.
It's okay,
So-
I will go and find him later. So,
So
we're...
here are the shovels. Let's just start digging.
Mhm.
Alright,
Essentially, do I need to
No.
make a roll for my dig?
I'm not sure how hard shoveling is. Unless you somehow have strength 0, I think that's something that can just be allowed.
I don't have 0, but I only have 2. But never mind.
Okay.
We'll do it narratively. So,
and
Yes.
as the Garu and the Dream Speaker, I'll be
Shovel away.
digging a small trench around the edge of the Chantry property proper.
And discuss various ways of changing the spirit essences.
Possibly at some point getting the wolves to help out with the digging, because why not? And they may or may not end up doing some of the digging in lupus form. But
Also, I was going to say, Donald will probably look around and go, well, why don't we have some mundane security, as in some surveillance and such?
Yep, lots and
Again,
lots of ideas. But there,
need your help for that.
there we shall end the scene.
Thank you.